Many of us, my group, don't sleep good at night, senators. We are at a point where we're just going to have to stand. And whatever constitution in front of me, I will use it as a defense mechanism. I see violations of the amendments. They say it's unconstitutional. Multicultural groups have been coming into the picture, have been claiming that it's unconstitutional, it's prejudiced. We have always had bylaws to protect them. We are candy apple red on this island now. Italians, Greeks, you name it, we're here. This is the so-called United Nations of the Pacific. But the identity we will fight for. And when I saw that in U.S. Congress, it says registered and identified as the original people of Guam, the Chamorros. And I will keep reminding my family that it did not say multicultural. It did not say Aliman. It did not say anybody else, but the original people of the land was the Chamorros. I've been out there and we've been fighting land for, maybe up to the day many of us will not be here. And it seems like we're talking a lot and we're seeing a lot of economic booms. I never really had anything against economic prosperity and for the island and all this, because I know there was a lot of money coming in. But sometimes when we look at the issues and the problems that we have, like the port down there, I'm trying to figure out if the money that we make, the profits that our government makes, is really spending it on important issues, on issues that affect everybody here. I can go on, but I'm afraid it's. I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle here. I don't know where we're at right now with this. I'm lost. Build up. It's over. I see people cutting into people's land. I don't know what's going on. Many of my friends don't understand what's happening. If it's politics or policy, what? I don't understand anymore. But we will not, on my side, we will continue to follow the protocol. What's that, Mr. Senator Pangilinan? The good directions of people that keep us on track and not parallel, because right now a lot of us are jumping off the main track right now, and they're without a leader. They're lost. And I hope that one day somebody will get everybody on track and maybe continue to work on the issues, It's all issues. And I'm pretty sure that this Islatura can do it. I'm not going to go against you. I'm not going to question your expertise and because I know most of you. I grew up PAP there, sons and daughters of police officers, and we had a rough time too. Senator Pangilinan, Senator Rector. probably just going to have to leave it up to you guys and hope that something comes out good. And thank you for giving me this time.
Thank you. And let me thank all of you guys that have come out so far. You know, it can always be frustrating. Let me tell you. But you know what? Nothing ever changes unless people get involved in our democracy like you guys have done tonight. And we never win the first time. As you know, that got the Chamorro Land Trust. You won that by fighting for it. We're not going to get this unless we fight for it either. So thank you all for coming out and fighting. Senator Palacios, would you like to address the panel? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Of course, I don't think that without this bill that really all these lots that are listed out would be really useful. I know that. About a year ago, I checked really with the new requirements of the GWA and the CCU that to have water within 100 feet, the going cost at that time, they told me, and this is a package cost, labor, material, and everything, is $1,000 per foot. Per foot. And this is include the digging and the 4-inch pipe. And how can really one who qualified for a lot because the person is landless, for example, and then even before that person used that lot, that person has to come out with what, 100 feet times 1,000, that's $100,000 just to get the water near there. And my question with the GWA is that why don't you build it and then later on slowly charge it and then you recover there? No, we don't have. And then they told me, we don't have that kind of money to put up front. I said, yeah, but yeah, you're the bigger person. You're the one with the money than the individual. But it's so hard, and it's so hard to talk with these people, I tell you that. And there was a time last year when I introduced a bill, and some of my colleagues laughed at me to really abolish the CCU because they lost sight of protecting the interests of the people. And now the CCU and members of the CCU sleep with the people that they're supposed to watch over to protect the interests of the people. But that's what I found out. And that's why it's almost impossible to use the land that one leased from the Chamorro Land Trust if you don't have the money to put just the water. We're talking about just the water because it's $1,000 per foot. And if you're going to cut across, you have to, you cannot just cut it yourself. You have to hire a licensed contractor to cut it. And then the licensed contractor charge you. So again, this bill, I hope that really we have enough that can look at this, and if we can tweak it a little or to get 8 votes to pass, I support this bill, particularly the water side, because I think the sewer there, it might cost more, and sometimes when the lot is big enough, the EPA would allow you to do what is called a leaching field and so forth, or temporary. But the water is the most important, and the water is, without the water, I think the land is useless. And that's my comment, because I want to share with the audience what I check into this, because there was one person that was trying to help to develop his own property so that he can give his children. And he has to put up $400,000 because the nearest pipeline is 400 feet, just to bring it to within 100 feet of the lot. And so, at least for the land trust applicants, they should be helped. Otherwise, no use to have the lot if it cannot be used. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.